can't imagine myself doing anything else other than performing for folks or sitting down and writing music. But if you were to do anything else in life, what do you think you would have chosen if it wasn't the path that you took?
Well, my first ambition before being a folk singer and songwriter was astronaut.
Awesome.
And I have to say, I've always been interested in science, and I came of age, with the space program. I was
Yeah.
born in 1959, so my some of my earliest memories are waking up really early to watch a Gemini rocket blast off the pad
Yeah.
at Cape Canaveral, and those guys were my heroes. So my dad would sit me down in the barber's chair, and I'd say, "Give me a John Glenn haircut."
Yes. That's awesome. Yeah, man.
Yeah. So
I
I've
have got
always
some.
been interested in science and all that kind of stuff. And I think if I hadn't been a songwriter and musician, I might have gone into the sciences somewhere.
Awesome. I love
Hmm.
that. I have some stuff due to the nature of my job, singing national anthems for different events and what have you. I got the opportunity to sing for uh, the administrator of NASA, Mr. Bolden, who was a former astronaut, and he was very kind. I have to be honest, I kind of geeked out a little bit because I'm used to meeting celebrities in the music or the television or the film area, but when it comes to astronauts, it's a little different, and because they do something that to me it's science can be magical at times where how does that work, and my mind can't quite get wrapped around it, and to send human beings into outer space, that's just incredible to me. But he was very, very kind. Sometime I'll have to share with you some things from that. It was unbelievable. Sorry, I'm starting to geek out a little bit.
No, I totally get it. I In the sort of the last years of the shuttle program, I happened to meet in Florida a woman who was a contractor at Kennedy Space Center.
Oh, cool.
And I was playing a gig in Jacksonville, and she was up at the show, and we talked on the break, and she said, "Well, have you ever seen a launch?" Like, "No, just on television." She goes, "Well, there's going to be one, day after tomorrow. If you're free, why don't you come on down? I have a spare room. You can, we'll go watch it."
No
And
kidding.
so I got to experience that actually a couple of times. Once, the first time we were just on the bridge about 13 miles away. It's still incredibly impressive
Yeah.
and awe-inspiring. But the second time, my agent Terry Stewart is also really into space, and so we made arrangements well ahead of time to come visit our friend, and we got to see it in the from about, I don't know, 5 miles away, where the grandstands are, where everybody,
Wow.
where the families watch from and stuff, in the
Yeah.
press. And
Unreal.
that
So
was just amazing. And she got us sort of a VIP tour of the Space Center too. So at one point, we actually got to go in the where they were refurbishing. It was Atlantis was in there, and we got to walk underneath the Atlantis
oh my
and look up
gosh.
at the tiles, and be in the same hangar with it. It was just amazing.
Wow. Uh,
It was such a
wow.
great experience.
That's
I'll never forget that.
So at that 5 mile point out there at the grandstands, what do you feel when you watch a launch?
Well, it's interesting because there's a little delay. Sound travels slower than light,
Yeah.
so you see this, great gout of flame erupting from around the vehicle, and it starts to slowly rise up. And then a little while later, this deep roar and rumble hits you. You can feel it right in the center of your chest, and it's just shaking your whole body. And you're forgetting to breathe yourself at that moment, as this amazing power all being um, expelled from this rocket nozzle at the same time, and it is. just really, really, I don't know. I'm at a loss for words.
I can understand, man.